And welcome back to Donkey Kong Country. We finished all of our business over in the Monkey Mines, and now we're pressing onward to the Vine Valley. Now, judging from the name of this next level, you can kind of already get the gist of what this level consists of. Not just with the big vultures, but also, as you may just notice, little baby vultures.
The baby vultures that just kick DK's ass.
Yeah, the big ones, yes. Oh, what? It's like I don't recall exactly how many times you've run into this sort of gimmick with some of the secret areas, but a lot of times if you notice like bananas like in a very peculiar spot, usually that is a indicator that is leading into another secret area.
Yep.
Kind of like what you just saw right there with me using the tire to get up those 3 bananas and then get into the secret barrel that is off screen.
53 lives, what the fuck?
Again, with the espresso minigame, it is like insanely.
Wow, nailed in the dick and then fell into a pit. Wow.
That's some like Castlevania bullshit right there.
Oh, and my original intent was landing in that little dish to release the barrel, but no, apparently I can jump onto the little dents in the wall too. Okay, I'll take it.
And jumping on crocodiles gives you bananas.
Yes. This is another variation of the mini games.
Yep, those are clap traps.
You can either run into like yes, exactly. You'll have to jump on the clap traps numerous times to accumulate bananas. Only then we'll be able to unlock an extra life. You can run into either 1 clap trap, or 2 of them, or maybe 3 if you're lucky. But if you're running into 3 clap traps in these secret areas, it's more than likely something you'll run into later during the game.
Okay.
So now here's a random question now. So obviously Donkey Kong is a gorilla. Like, that's just obvious. What kind of monkey is Diddy?
I always thought he was a chimp.
I would think the same thing too.
Just a chimp? That's it?
Chimpanzee, I thought.
Yeah.
Well, no, chimpanzees don't have tails.
Well, this is Nintendo chimpanzee.
That's not how that works.
There's the realistic chimpanzee, and there's the made-up Nintendo chimpanzee.
God damn it!
They're an endangered species.
It's like giving a snake arms. It doesn't have arms. Just like how chimpanzees do not have tails.
But what if you gave it mechanical arms?
Oh, you know what? Just for that, my next OC will be a chimpanzee with a mechanical tail. God damn it. I'm probably gonna do that now. God damn it. Just a fucking spite.
Of course, now that you bring up the whole snake discussion, now I'm thinking of the song that Gene sings in Bob's Burgers about his fear of snakes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, he's like, I'm not afraid of ghosts, I'm not afraid of sharks, I'm not afraid of cancer, I just hate snakes. It's like, they really freak me out. Where are their arms and legs? It's not okay!
Oh God.
I love Bob's Burgers so much.
I need to catch up with it. It is a great show.
Yeah, I need to find the time to actually legitimately watch the show, like, from beginning to end. Like, I've seen, like, full episodes here and there, but not in chronological order or anything.
If you have access to a Hulu, they actually have all of Bob's Burgers. Like,
that I'm aware.
They used to have it all on Netflix, but for whatever reason, they decided, nope, we're not going to put it on Netflix anymore. But it is all on Hulu. Like, all previous seasons, including, what's been aired so far. Like, that's actually how I keep up with Bob's Burgers, is on Hulu. Because, I don't watch TV. It's like, I don't watch TV like, a normal person.
Well, I don't either, so. I think
at rare times I watch regular TV. I mean, it's not cable by any means, but even then, it's like I didn't really have the need for like getting like cable, like Time Warner or DirecTV and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Because I was always relatively satisfied with what shows were on like standard TV anyhow. Oh, whoops. No, that is not how you get to that secret barrel. Come on, do it right.
I think the only times
there you go.
I think the only times that I literally watch anything on TV is actually when new episodes of Steven Universe come on, just because I want to properly support the show.
Oh yeah, completely understandable, yeah. Oh, but it's like, what was it? Yeah, going back to the whole discussion of snakes or whatever. I remember there was actually this one time where my sister and I were almost attacked by a snake.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, this was around the time when my sister and we were standing at our grandparents' house for like a few days, because I think our mom was like out of town or something like that. So we had to stay like miles away from home at our grandmother and grandpa's place. And at one point, my grandmother took my sister and I out into this little forest jungle-like area, and we were exploring the river. Not only to look at rocks, but just so that my sister and I could just take a little swim. So my sister and we were just messing around like in the river or whatnot, still relatively close to shore, and we were looking at the rocks and trying to make like little sand castles or whatever, like very small ones. But then out of the blue, I look at this tree like on the other side of the river, and fast slithering approaching us is a snake swimming across the water. I yelled out, "Snake!" And the both of us freaked the fuck out and got out of the water. It's like, that was the last. I mean, keep in mind, granted, I was a kid, but even then, it was like, at the time, that was the last thing any of us would expect was a freaking snake. So my sister and we were freaking out. We were telling Grandma about it, and our grandmother's response was, I'm sure it was just trying to protect his territory, that's all. And I'm just sitting here going, Grandma, that snake was literally slithering at us specifically. It was trying to attack us, and what? Grandma, I love you, but come on.
You know what she didn't tell you, Ryan, was that the entire lake was its territory. It owned that lake.
Oh God. Jeez, man. Yeah, just by some really off nature or whatever, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. It's like, yeah, just throw in some freaking crocodiles while you're at it. I mean, I'm sure that's really far-fetched, I don't recall seeing wild alligators in good old Missouri, but come on.
Missouri?
Good old Missouri. Wait, if memory serves, okay, here we go. Yeah, this is actually the first time that, I get to show off, the Rambi minigame. Now, much like how it is with, like, the other, animal, bonus levels where you run into that really big, golden, animal token or whatever to double the amount of, tokens you've collected, I'm sure there is a way that you can find the big Rambi token in this bonus level, but for the life of me, I could not figure it out. My first instinct was, considering how these little platforms are laid out, you could actually jump over, like the wall that's supposedly blocking the rest of the level, but as much as I wanted to, I could not figure it out. Then again, I guess the same thing can be said for the bonus level that involves On Guard. Cause all this time it's like I can find out like the hidden quadrants in On Guard's bonus level or whatever, but for the life of me, I could not find like the big On Guard token to double my overall score. It was always Expressos and Winkies that I could find. But yeah, it's like you may notice that like depending on which animal you're controlling as in the certain bonus levels, you may notice the timer acting rather differently compared to others. More so, I guess, because with Rambi, considering he has the bigger hitbox or whatever, and collects way more animal tokens compared to the other three animal buddies of yours, yeah, his timer tends to go down the fastest. God damn it! I think it's like, oh damn! I just got out of that bonus room. I don't need to go through that again. No, actually, I must have been thinking of like the previous Aztec Temple level, because it's like I remember I had to pull off the exact same thing to get to a secret secret barrel, but it's like, oh no, it's just for the sake of showing it off. Here's another Rambi token.
Meanwhile, you killed a bunch of vultures to get to another bird.
Yeah, I know. That's rather ironic, isn't it? Actually, fun fact. Kind of like how it is in like I guess you could say Nintendo tradition, like more so like with Mario games. If you consecutively bounce on a certain amount of enemies in a row, it can also accumulate lives.
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Yeah. Although I think that one bonus room we just went into, I think that's the only time you ever run into that in this game.
So would you say it's similar to like the Mario like a one-up trick where you like trap a shell and just continuously jump on it?
In a matter of speaking, I mean, it's like, what was it? I think the max amount of enemies you could jump on like the minimum amount of enemies that can give you a life if you jump on a row of enemies consecutively is up to 5. And like I said, I think to the best of my knowledge, with that, I think that one bonus room is like the only time you ever run into that. I think the most you could jump on, I mean, well, from my experience, is probably like up to 4, 3, maybe. Also, I am actually pretty surprised because it's like, I don't know if you noticed, those Kremlings clearly made contact with Espresso's legs or his body, and it didn't cause Diddy Kong to get dismounted off of the guy. Oh, okay. Oh, there he goes. Well, bye.
I mean, is there a hitbox on Expresso's legs?
It's weird. It's like they say that when it comes to certain enemies, like say the naughties, for instance, or better yet, or claptraps. Considering how long his legs are, it's like you can easily walk over them and you will not take a hit. But for some reason, it's like I think it all depends on like what kind of terrain you're dealing with here, because it's like you notice like those 3 naughties that were going up at like that a little slanted hill or whatever. Yeah. I think if an enemy gets Expresso's legs at a certain angle, then it can get an Expresso's hitbox.
Huh.
So it's like for the most part you can avoid enemies on the ground, but it's not 100%. That's not 100% accurate.
Alright.
Alright, now this particular level, alright, when it comes to like various bonus rooms, like in previous levels, a lot of them seem pretty self-explanatory. You find bananas that seem in rather odd places that you wouldn't normally try to get to. Clearly that's a sign that it's leading to a secret area. What was it? You take a barrel and you smash it on the side of the wall to create a huge hole in the wall. Okay, clearly that's a secret area. This is where you have to go a little bit above and beyond to look for, like this, for instance. Normally, you would not expect to use Expresso to hover to some random lower part of the level. Seeing as how this is the lower part of the level we're talking about here, you would think that the lower you got, you would eventually fall into the bottomless pit. Also, if memory serves, I believe, technically, this is the one level that has the most secret areas. Oh, god damn it. No, it's okay, it's alright. With, again, like, excluding the second time I go through on guard's bonus level or whatever, any other time that I would somehow get 3 of the same, animal tokens from bonus levels that I've done through previously, yeah, I'm just gonna either cut it out or just skip right past it. Now that moment right there with the claptraps, that's another good example of like enemies getting at Expresso's hitbox with his long legs. Is like even though it was even though the hill that the claptraps were walking across were at a very slight angle, with that slight angle, they were just able to. It could easily hit Expressos Hitbox just right, for somehow.
You're not gonna wonder?
What?
Where does Expresso get his cool shoes? Does he go to Famous Footwear? Does he just go to Academy? Well, then again, this was the 90s, huh? I don't know.
Maybe?
What was a famous shoe shop in the 90s?
Oh, I would like to say Famous Footwear. I would like to say Famous Footwear was in the 90s. All I do know is that he better not get those dirty.
Why does that remind me of this random story that I remember that I remember about in elementary school about this king who always had really smelly feet, and then they invented shoes, but he refused to wear them because he didn't want to get them dirty.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I for someone with short-term memory loss, I remember the weirdest things out of nowhere. But then again, I have to be prompted to remember them somehow. So, and we were just talking about shoes.
Right. Yeah, it's like, let's see, what should I value more? My own feet? Or the shoes that cover my feet?
Well,
decisions.
Considering considering the shit that people wear on their feet, which fucking disfigures them. Goddamn high heels.
You know, it's funny, like, my mom, you know, she's telling me that, like, you know, when she was my age, like, you know, growing up and everything, I mean, yeah, she used to wear high heels all the time, like, you know, to go to work, because, you know, she was working office jobs and everything. And it's like, you know, yeah, that's, you know, that's how women dressed back then and everything, working office jobs and shit. And it's like, yeah, now she's got all these problems with her feet. And she's diabetic. So that's like the one thing you don't want to do is fuck up your feet. So that's where it's like, okay, now I'm on a job where I'm on my feet all the time. That's where it's like, nope, no heels. I mean, I don't even really like wearing high heels because they're so uncomfortable as is, but still, it's like, no. No amount of style is worth that future discomfort.
My God, like you want to give yourself some nightmares tonight? Look up the results of women's feet after years of wearing high heels. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. It's like,
oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's where I need my feet. I cannot afford to fuck them up.
Just the thought of it kind of creeps me out.
Like, I really don't need my feet. I just need my hands, but I'd rather keep my feet.
Well, BJ, my first question is, why are you wearing high heels?
Well, I don't, but I was actually about to bring up, remember, I actually was about to bring up, remember, for those, fun fact for those who don't know, high heels were originally a man's footwear until at some point randomly in history it was changed to women's footwear.
Yeah. That's where I'm like, wait, it's like, yeah, wait, BJ, we're going to a Rocky Horror Picture Show? And you're not taking me?
Man, at the time of this recording, this would be a rather appropriate time to watch said movie.
Fucking love Rocky Horror, man. It's so cheesy and stupid, but it's great.
Let's do the Time Wolf again!
Yeah, I remember watching, like, I think it was, like, you know, I think it was, like, a Fox or something, like, they did, like, you know, like, a new version of it or something, and it was like, I mean, it was like, you know, script, like, line for line, exactly like the original, but it's just like, I think with the exception of, who they casted for Dr. Frankenfurter, who's, like, Tim Curry's part, the rest of it was, meh. It was like, I was not a fan of the new one.
Okay, now you see what happened there when Queen Bee hit Donkey Kong. See, For the longest time, I was under this mindset that if Donkey Kong holds up the barrel like how he does and Queen Bee makes contact with said barrel, it would be like how it is with various other enemies, and the barrel could act as some form of shield. But then I keep forgetting, no, this is a really humongous bee, alright? I think it'll take more than just a small barrel to block off an attack by Queen Bee of all things.
Okay, but here's the thing about that. I think this actually goes into another difference between DK and Diddy, because when DK picks up a barrel, he holds it over his head. When Diddy holds a barrel, he holds it in front of him. So I think that actually does work better for Diddy.
Well, in this case, it's like if you notice how Queen Bee kept like swerving up and down, you would think it would actually work well with Donkey Kong in this case, seeing as how DK holds up the barrel above his head under Queen Bee. But no, in this case, no, it's not exactly the case, because as you clearly saw, it didn't quite exactly work out the way I wanted it to. Oh well, but in which case, that will pretty much do it for this part of Donkey Kong Country. So join us next time as we progress onward to, if memory serves, I believe this is where we get into the ice level, or Gorilla Glacier. Alright, we will see you guys then.
Ugh.